Hello friends, patriots. I am loving doing the Mueller Report. And originally I just wanted to do the redacted parts of the report, but today I'm realizing we have to do the whole thing because we need context. If we're going to do this much, why don't we do the whole thing? So, I am just going to start here on page 6. And so here we go. 1 week later, in the first week of May 2016, Papadopoulos suggested to a representative of a foreign government that the Trump campaign had received indications from the Russian government that it could assist the campaign through the anonymous release of information damaging to candidate Clinton. Throughout that period of time and for several months thereafter, Papadopoulos worked with Mifsud and 2 Russian nationals to arrange a meeting between the campaign and the Russian government. No meeting took place. Summer 2016. Russian outreach to the Trump campaign continued into the summer of 2016 as candidate Trump was becoming the presumptive Republican nominee for president. On June 9, 2016, for example, a Russian lawyer met with senior Trump campaign officials, Donald Trump Jr., Jared Kushner, and campaign chairman Paul Manafort, who's in jail, to deliver what the email promising the meeting had described as, quote, official documents and information that would incriminate Hillary, end quote. The materials were offered to Trump Jr. as, quote, part of Russia and its government support for Mr. Trump, end quote. The written communication setting up the meeting showed that the campaign anticipated receiving information from Russia that could assist candidate Trump's electoral prospects, but the Russian lawyer's presentation did not provide such information. Days after the June 9 meeting, on June 14, 2016, a cybersecurity firm and the DNC announced that Russian government hackers had infiltrated the DNC and obtained access to opposition research on candidate Trump, among other documents. In July 2016, campaign foreign policy advisor Carter Page traveled in his personal capacity to Moscow and gave the keynote address at the new economics school. Page had lived and worked in Russia between 2003 and 2007. After returning to the United States, Page became acquainted with at least 2 Russian intelligence officers, one of whom was later charged in 2015 with conspiracy to act as an unregistered agent of Russia. Page's July 26 trip to Moscow and his advocacy for pro-Russia foreign policy drew media attention. The campaign then distanced itself from Page and, by late September 2016, removed him from the campaign. July 2016 was also the month WikiLeaks first released emails stolen by the GRU from the DNC. On July 22, 2016, WikiLeaks posted thousands of internal DNC documents revealing information about the Clinton campaign. Within days, there was public reporting that U.S. intelligence agencies had high confidence that the Russian government was behind the theft of emails and documents from the DNC. And within a week of the release, a foreign government informed the FBI about its May 2016 interaction with Papadopoulos and his statement that the Russian government could assist the Trump campaign. On July 31, 2016, based on the foreign government reporting, which is Australia, the FBI opened an investigation into potential coordination between the Russian government and individuals associated with the Trump campaign. Separately, on August 2, 2016, Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort met in New York City with his longtime business associate, Konstantin Kilimnik, who the FBI assesses to have ties to Russian intelligence. Kilimnik requested the meeting to deliver in person a peace plan for Ukraine that Manafort acknowledged to the special counsel's office was a, quote, backdoor, end quote, way for Russia to control part of the eastern Ukraine. Both men believed the plan would require candidate Trump's assent to succeed were he to be elected president. And remember, the Republican Party changed their platform to align with that about Eastern Ukraine. Also, remember that Konstantin Kilimnik also worked with Gates and Tad Devine. So what I'm going to do here, there's so many things I want to read on in this. So I am just going to go probably paragraph by paragraph, just so that we can get a little bit more flavor to what's going on during the summer of 2016. Okay, thanks. Okay, so I am going to have interruptions. I just can't avoid them right now. But let's read on Papadopoulos when in May 2016, he mentioned to an Australian foreign government while he was intoxicated that the Russian government indicated that they had Hillary Clinton's emails. What else? It received indications from the Russian government that it could assist the campaign through anonymous release of information damaging to candidate Clinton. And so, let's find out what happened in Australia. Intoxicated Papadopoulos. What happened then? Cut my deck. What happened in Australia with drunk Papadopoulos? So he was drunk, and he talked about an agreement, maybe? Oh, Moon, intoxicated. Seems like maybe he was really stressed out about it. And it all just came to light about what was going on. And so, this is the card of the reading. The Moon, emotional. He was under the influence and intoxicated, talked about an agreement he had, an agreement with Russia that they had information that they could help their campaign. What's covering this agreement? Yeah, dialoguing back and forth. The challenge was, see, I think this is Hillary, but Ivanka also flipped. So these cards, tarot cards do not have a sense of time. So that's why I kind of go back and forth about this, because I think Ivanka flipped, but Hillary in the early stages of the campaign showed up as 9 Pentacles. I think once she secured the nomination, she was the Queen of Wands. What's at the root of this, the base of this meeting? Justice. Who's Justice? Whose justice is this? I did not expect to see that at the base when you're intoxicated talking to Australia, unless Australia. Page of Coins. Page of Pentacles is my Jared. It could also be information. 5 of Swords going, oh my goodness, he talked about a lot in Australia. This is like winning at all costs. No matter what, they were going to win and steamroll Hillary. The world. Okay. This justice, I was thinking maybe it was Russia. These are the Koch brothers. Or Koch's wanting to take over the world, or wanting success. This is so much bigger. Okay, what was crowning this meeting that he had in Australia? They want to win. They secured the nomination. They want to hang on and win. In the past, disappointment, regret. Yeah, Papadopoulos, you probably regret babbling away. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but Papadopoulos and his wife, Simona, whatever her name is, they met through Mifsud. Isn't that crazy? They both happened to know him, and then they met and they got married. How Kremlin-y, huh? Okay, how do we see this meeting with Australia?
A new beginning with a fool? A new beginning, and Australia called him out on being a fool. The environment. Yep, back and forth, back and forth. I talk to you, you talk to me. We're going to go back and forth and share our dialogue. The hopes to retreat. Sounds like Australia maybe retreated, Papadopoulos maybe retreated until it was announced that, Hillary's email started leaking. Fears from that meeting was, we are going to steal information and we're going to leave. Look at all that information they're stealing. Papadopoulos is a blabbermouth when he drinks, huh? Ideally, the Trump crime syndicate. Give you anything you want. And what was to come from this meeting? They bound up Hillary, bound up her voters. And there you go. The moon, Trump dynasty. Okay, next. The June 9th meeting with that Russian lawyer, Natalia Veselnitskaya, Donald Trump Jr., Jared Kushner, and Paul Manafort talking in Trump Tower. Jeez. Jr. said adoptions. That has to do with the Magnitsky Act. And so what were they really discussing? What were they really discussing? Just tell me, universe. Tell me what was the very best, juiciest stuff. Okay. They were talking about the Six Wands mob and their global coup. I cannot even believe this. My Six Wands mob, the group celebration. This has to do with Trump, Putin, Un, Xi, MBS, and Netanyahu. And then all the countries that feed in and use their platform and data, Cambridge Analytica, all of them. Okay. This meeting, that's the Putin card, if you couldn't tell, the devil. They signed a deal with the devil there. What was covering them? Oh, Rebecca Mercer's money, you guys. Oh, Rebecca keeps showing up all over the place. Okay, and the challenge was the United States of America. This is such blatant treason. At the base of this is King Trump. Ugh. Crowning this above the... Ooh, a new idea. Look at that shiny new op they're talking about. This isn't adoptions. This isn't being disappointed that there weren't any emails. No, this is a brand new op that's discussed and financed on behalf of Putin against the United States of America. In the past, nobody likes Donald. 10 Swords Donald. Who wants to play with him? Nobody. Nobody likes him. In the future, we have secret talks, secret money, shell companies, craftsmanship, and how we're going to rig the election. How this meeting was seen by them was, good news, Jared. He'll handle the details. The environment was, I'll get back to you, back and forth. And we hope we can accomplish, No. Well, they wanted to make Trump the star, his reality show, but I think this is foreshadowing a Robert Mueller, because this is my Mueller card. Their biggest fears for this meeting was, having to quit, walk away, being found out, abandoned success. The 8 of Cups is, I think it's the moon in Pisces. That they wouldn't succeed with the emotional hijacking of people's minds, that they wouldn't be able to go undercover, kind of like in an undercover Piscean way. That was their fear. What was the ideal thing from that meeting? I wonder. Well, we'll just sit back and watch what happens. We're just going to throw all this garbage out there and just see what happens. And what's to come from this meeting? Here. The magician. Such an integral part for love letters, elections worldwide. This is my Kim Jong-un card because North Korea has the expert hackers, and he and Donald seemingly had these love letters that go back and forth whenever there's like a host of elections that need to be rigged before their primaries or the election, like in June. Look at how many global elections there were. Okay, Seven of Cups. This is my child trafficking card. And she's involved, he's involved, he's involved. And of course, he's facilitating it. This is why we're having the staged border crisis, because this guy is in Mexico triggering disinformation and sending people north. Social media. The most recent PBS, they aired the hearing with the Customs Border Patrol officers who said, in fact, that the migrants that we're fleeing, we're seeing all over on social media, go to America with your child, they'll set you free. Interesting, huh? Russia is all over in Mexico with their cartels. They have intelligence satellite bases in Nicaragua and El Salvador. We haven't even reached Venezuela and Colombia, what's going on there. Not to make you depressed, but this is how big this operation is. Any other person, if this was our contained government, Donald would have been gone long ago. But the thing is, this hinges on mobsters globally with all the money. It's very hard to take this down. We only get one shot, you guys. Okay, thanks.